Time now for Keller at Large.
With the NAACP preparing to hold their next national convention right here in Boston, Jon sits down with the president of the Boston chapter.
Well, good morning. Thanks very much for joining us. The NAACP held their annual convention in Detroit this past week, and next year they'll be gathering right here in Boston for the first time in 37 years. Joining us to talk about that and more is Tanisha Sullivan, president of the Boston branch of the NAACP. Tanisha, welcome.
Thank you, John.
Good to have you back.
Great to be here.
So the leadership of the NAACP voted to endorse impeachment proceedings against the president at the convention, calling the president, quote, one of the most racist and xenophobic administrations since the Jim Crow era, end quote. That's tough stuff. But House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who spoke to the convention, continues to oppose impeachment even after the Mueller testimony this past week. How will this endorsement, in light of that, really advance the causes that the NAACP stands for?
Well, you know, I think it's important to note that our national body, and that is representative of branches from across this nation, did vote in support of calling for the impeachment of Donald J. Trump. It was not just the leadership, and that's really important. This was the people of the NAACP saying enough is enough, and really pointing out that when it comes to our national government, our state government, our local government, we need to have people sitting in those seats who are reflective of our values, our American values of peace, of justice, of equity, of access, of opportunity. And what we're seeing on the ground, branches across this nation, is really not reflective of that. We're seeing deep economic inequality in our cities and towns. We're seeing an education system that is consistently failing our children. We're seeing a healthcare system that does not provide equitable access to people of color. And so we said at the convention in Detroit, enough is enough.
Does the NAACP have any ability to work with the Trump administration at any level?
Well, you know, the national NAACP invited President Trump to join us in Detroit to participate in a presidential forum, presidential candidate forum, which we held yesterday. He declined because, as he indicated, I believe it was on Twitter, that he did not want to engage in a question and answer with us as an organization. So we welcomed the president to join us, to share with us kind of his vision for this country, and he chose not to participate.
You mentioned many, if not all, of the Democratic candidates showed up to speak to the convention.
Several of them, yes.
I'm not trying to push you into any kind of endorsement. I know you're not doing that, but who impressed you?
I was impressed by several of the candidates who were there. I should, just say that Massachusetts was represented by both Senator Warren and former Governor Bill Weld was also there to speak to the delegates. What I was most impressed by were those candidates who were able to talk about their vision for this country, and even more specifically, they were able to provide us with concrete examples of how they would implement those visions, how they would, what their plans were to actually make sure that what they want to see actually happens.
Will the NAACP endorse a candidate? No, you didn't.
We will not endorse a candidate, but what we will do is continue to provide candidates, both on the national level and the local level, an opportunity to share with the people where they stand on the issues that matter most to us as an organization.
All right, let's take our break, and when we come back, we'll talk more with Tanisha Sullivan of the Boston NAACP about the convention coming here next year, what to expect, and also some other local issues. So please stay with us.